hole you in.
Another one. Another one.
Buck dancing,
Butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing, little hole you
butt
in.
dancing,
Buck dancing, little hole you
butt
in.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
butt dancing,
buck dancing.
butt dancing. You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here. 504 mouth of the South say.
You's a whole hoe out here, boy.
You a whole hoe out here. Buck dancing, hoe out here.
Put them Negro in their place. You let them know it's they from.
Buck dancing,
Get ready to fight, get ready to fight, get ready to fight, get ready to fight.
Put them Negro in their place. You let them know it's they from.
buck dancing,
Come get him, come get him, boy. Yes, suppose I'll get him, Yeah. Buck dancing,
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 buck dancing, little hole you in.
buck dancing,
Buck dancing, little hole you
buck
in.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
buck dancing.
buck dancing.
Even a stitch, even a stitch. Buck dancing, even a stitch.
For you to say something like that.
Stitch, 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 stitch. Buck dancing, even a stitch.
Oh my Lord, the disrespect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Buck dancing,
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 buck dancing, little hole you in.
buck dancing,
Buck dancing, little hole you
buck
in.
dancing,
Buck dancing,
buck dancing,
buck dancing.
buck dancing.
Go along, get along, gang. 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 Go along, get along, gang.
My mama's cooking.
Go along, get along, gang.
My mama's cooking.
Go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, bear with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along.
Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along. Go along, get along.
Bear with me, class.
Go along, get along, gang. 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 Go along, get along, gang.
My mama's cooking.
Go along, get along, gang.
My mama's cooking.
All the gatekeepers say. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Go along, bear with me, class. Get along. Go along, get along.
Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along, gang. It's real.
Go along, get along, gang. Say,
Go along, get along, gang. It's real.
There's no go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along, gang. Say,
Go along, get along, gang. It's real.
Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along, gang.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Bear with me, class. Go along, get along, gang. Go along, get along.
Go along, get along. Go along, get along.
good afternoon, good night, good morning, whatever y'all want to call it. It don't matter. I'm going to try to talk low because I don't want to talk loud where I'm at. Matter of fact, I need to take the bass out my voice. I need to whisper to y'all. Hey, but check this out, man. Detroit gonna put Orlando in the playoffs today. Man, listen here. It's something wrong with me. I was watching my old video of the guy with the double chin, and I almost cried laughing. Why is this guy with this double chin on this video? You gonna wake everybody up? Nah, I ain't gonna wake nobody. I'm gonna get close to the mic like this. Can y'all hear me like this? Can y'all hear me like this? This gonna be the first whispering live. Like the Yin Yang Twins. You know that song when they said, where do you see my ow? Where do you see my ow? Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Man, listen. I was dying laughing. Hold on. Let me go to this double chin real quick. That double chin had me crying laughing. It's right. It's right there at the part. Hold on, let me go to double chin real quick. He told you can't hear me. How about now? Those 76ers pulled it off, man. Embiid got healthy and pulled it off. And then on this video, it was so funny because I'm watching the chat. Rodney came into the chat talking about, oh, this is a pre-record? I'm like, yeah, slow boy. I want y'all to look at this part. Let me,
yeah, there was a little bit of like, this opportunity
Was a missed opportunity.
it's like a
say it. You just, none this not. Hey.
today will was a little bit of like, this opportunity, like it.
Kwame, do not get flagged on you're not gonna get flagged on no pre-record, boy. You are not about to get flagged on a pre-record. No, you're not. You're gonna rewind this back and you're not gonna say nothing about what you see. You ain't gonna say nothing about nothing hanging down and shaking. You ain't gonna say nothing. You just gonna, and you ain't gonna act like you see no fishnets on nobody. You just gonna rewind this back and play the words that's being said. That's what you're gonna do, boy.
It's like, they took a shot. Yeah, there was a little bit of like, this opportunity, like
It was a missed opportunity.
Do you think that Trump, at the end of the day, will destroy our democracy?
I mean, not if it was a missed opportunity.
shot. Yeah, there
I was
was a
trying
little
not
bit
to
of
get
like,
flagged, y'all.
this opportunity, like
It was a missed opportunity.
Do you think that Trump, at the end of the day, will destroy our democracy?
I mean, not if they shoot his ass again. I would agree if that happened.
Would you be
Not if they shoot, not if they pew, pew, him again. Look at this little boy. Now, see, the boy look like he look, I don't know, he don't look like he thoroughbred. I'm trying to tell you, this boy say, not if he pew, pew, him again. They done, Lord have mercy, boy, we in trouble.
I mean, not if they shoot his ass again. I would agree if that happened.
Would you be upset if Trump was assassinated?
Not if they shoot his ass again.
You would agree with that happen. Well, it's a good thing you already got a shiner already, you little horse note. Lord, don't you get a flag. I'm just pointing out that it looked like this guy was in a boxing match. So all I'm saying, YouTube, it looks like this brother went 2 rounds with James Toney and he lost. No, it looked like he looked like he got an Adam 22. First round, 1 punt. Ha! Left hook. That's all I'm saying. It looked like he was in a boxing match. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Motherfucker look like a fake ass Wolverine, fake ass X-Men. Ain't that the one with got the look? Ah! Yeah, he look like a fake ass Wolverine. Wolverine don't get beat up. Wolverine whoop people ass. He look like he got his ass whooped. I'm trying to look at the screen so YouTube don't think that I'm talking about nobody.
That Trump, at the end of the day, will destroy our democracy?
I mean, not if they shoot his ass again. I would agree if that happened.
Would you be upset if Trump was assassinated?
I would not care. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit.
Do you think our country would be better off if Trump was assassinated?
Sure, yeah. It's like everything he said, I'm on the same page.
If he was assassinated, would you lose sleep at night?
No. Wouldn't be extremely sad.
If you're asking me, do I want him to suffer in that sense, then yeah, I would not really lose sleep over it because he's an angry, violent white supremacist who's been preaching anger, hate, and violence.
I'm either left.
So there you have it. Because of words, they feel like they can unalive you. I told y'all, because of words, they feel like they can unalive you. They done trick half of America to feel like first we had freedom of speech. I'm telling you, I remember when I was in school, white boys can call you the N-word and you couldn't do nothing about it. If you did, you could do something about it. If you did, you got in trouble because it was a protected under free speech. Now, if you say something, they feel like if it hurts their feelings, you can be attacked because your words was an attack. Now, by definition, words can you the definition of attack has the word physical in it. So I don't understand how so many educated people now, and I said this a long time ago, people hate me because of it, because I don't have any education in my background to be able to point out these simple things. But I don't think you need a large, robust education to point out how stupid this is. Because once you bring emotions into situations, then there's no logic. And there's no logic behind saying that if you say words to me, then you're attacking me. But hey, that's the way the world is going now. That's what it is. KB, I saw a real. Do you remember when y'all played Phoenix? I'm not thinking about no basketball right now, my friend. That's not important right now. We got midterm elections. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Basketball is at the last of my totem pole, if you guys didn't notice. But the streets, and I think this is a great example of why the streets is over. I think this is the greatest example of why the streets is over. They say they love you. They say they'll ride for you. They say they'll die for you. Hell, some of these guys are even kill for you. But after they kill for you, then what? That they're unalive for you. But after they unalive for you, then what? All these guys got money. All these guys look like brothers. And for all the people that say, oh, if you just give people money and opportunity, then they won't be doing certain things. These guys got money. These guys got opportunity. They still use that money, that opportunity to do exactly what I told you is very hard not to do when you make money. When you make money, it's like a hood pull of people trying to get you to do things with that money. And what you do with that money, it goes hand in hand with if you're going to be free or not. Now, this guy, OTF Jam, nobody knew what this guy was. He got out of jail. Apparently, he was in jail for the Lil Durk situation. He gets out, drops his location. He dropped his location in Chicago. He said, look here, 726 East, 164th Place, South Holland. 30 discs for anybody else that feel like they like that. He said, so he basically saying, I feel like I'm like that. Rather, whatever you say I did, I feel like I'm like that. And anybody else who feel like they like that, he said, I'm doing something Sammy the Bull didn't do. He mentioned Sammy the Bull, a mobster. I'm doing something Sammy the Bull didn't do. I'm going to drop my own location, fresh out, on house arrest. I'm trying to see who trying to get it in. Blood, it was a whole lot of woofing when I was in jail. Now it's time to show and prove. Now, I don't understand this concept. I don't. One, if you snitch to get out of jail, if you tell to get out of jail, now I'm not calling him a snitch because I don't know him. I don't know what he did, and nor do I give a damn. But the rumors are that this man snitched to get out of jail. Why would you then turn around and say, hey, come see me. I'm over here, because you can't have a firearm or you're not supposed to. So basically what you're doing is going to get you right back in jail. How does this make any sense? And anybody that's stupid enough to go around there, if he is an informant and a gangster, that means he'll unalive you and tell on your ass. So with this post, don't y'all think the police would be waiting around there? Like, that don't even make no sense. But one thing I will say, I guarantee you won't see one rapper, all these rappers that's talking all this snitch stuff, all these people that's getting on camera saying they don't like snitches. I guarantee you won't see one rapper go answer that call. Now, this boy on some gangster shit. To get out of jail and say that, hey, you think you gangster? I think I'm like that. I'm over here. Come see me. He basically saying, I don't give a damn about the police. I don't give a damn about nobody. You come over here is on. That don't make sense to me. How can you be? I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not caught up in this life. But this proves that the street is over. And nobody respects the person that don't do it. I try to tell people that don't nobody respect the person really that don't do it. These unalivers, these people who really go out there and squeeze them triggers, they ain't really scared of nobody because they know there's only a select few of them. People that'll really go out here and do it, they're not going to respect people that's hiring them to do it. What are they going to do to them? They don't look at them like they real. They the ones going out being taken away from their family. They the ones going to jail. So if you are a celebrity and you using your money to hire people to do illicit acts like this, I think you are a dummy. If you that mad, you better go do it yourself. I don't think you should get that mad. I don't think it's no point. But if you that mad, you got a better chances of doing it yourself than to go hire somebody and you be a famous rapper and think they're going to keep it real while you out in the street. That's stupid. You're going to be a get out of jail free card. And that's all you're going to be. But I came up here to highlight some of these things because I think what's going on now, people on demon time. We got so many people worried about the wrong thing and none of it make any sense. We worry about Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. For what? For what? We had a guy Goldmouth speak on it. This is a street guy. Let me get some validation. Let me let a street guy speak on this because they're gonna say, Kwame, you ain't street. Salute to you, Mr. PP3 to 34 to True. Salute. Let me make sure we put a street guy. And I see these. I saw a YouTuber standing over in a corner somewhere. He's supposed to be doing great in life. He's standing over in the corner trying to get my attention. It's amazing what these people do on this app. Don't stand in the corner trying to get my attention. I'm chilling. But check this out. This is a real squeak N-word that says something. Goldmouth used to be with Young Jeezy. He's done over 20 years in the pen. So I think this guy got a right to speak on this situation. Everybody got a right to speak on it. But let's get the squeak cats in here to speak on it so you guys will listen. Shout out to Nine, man.
Goldmouth speaks on OTF Jam, dropping his location after allegedly being an informant.
They got this dude right here named OTF Jam. First of all, you ain't no OTF no more, man. Like, you probably used to be a part of the family, but this the nigga that snitched on Lil Durk. They say the nigga is out of jail and on house arrest, right? The nigga had the audacity to post on motherfucking social media his whole address and location and talking about anybody that feel like they doing something or they want to do some shit to me, here go my location, pull up. I'm on that. Hold up, bro. Listen, man. Just to be clear, I'm talking about another snitch right now. I'm not talking about Lil Woody. But this nigga that snitched on Lil Durk, get out of jail, on house arrest, drop his location and tell everybody, if you got smoke, you want smoke, pull up. First of all, check this out, Jam, because you ain't no OTF.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
You told because you didn't want to be in jail. You was trying to tell yourself out of a jam that you was in. So why would you come to the internet, man, acting like you really want to commit a crime? Don't you know that crime puts places in jail? You told to prevent yourself from going to jail for a crime that you committed. So now you get out of jail trying to act like you tough and you hard. You want to drop your location after you didn't told on him, man. You done got Lil Durk put in motherfucking jail, taken away from his family, taken away from his fans, from his loved ones, a whole motherfucking man with kids incarcerated, and you want to get out of jail and brag like you a motherfucking gangster, knowing you told on Lil Durk, tried to set the man up so you can get relieved of whatever other crimes you was accused of. So why the fuck these snitching get out here and try to act like they motherfucking hard, like they gangsters, like they motherfucking want to commit crimes, like they want to be in jail? Criminals are in jail. You don't want to be in jail. That's the reason why you motherfucking told in the first place. So, man, y'all that be snitching on niggas, man, stop acting like y'all own that and living like that and want to crash out. Because if you wanted to crash out, you would have never told in the first place. If you can stand jail, if jail don't bother you, if you don't give a fuck about laying down in prison for the rest of your life, you would have never told. So stop getting out here acting like y'all motherfuckers still gangsters after you done told on this, man. That shit ain't cool. Either you gonna be a motherfucking snitch or you gonna be a motherfucking gangster, man.
Well, that's this is coming from a street cat, but my thing with that is they be worried about the other guy who getting free, right? Who go to jail and lose their family and all this other stuff. What about the person who allegedly lost their life, that lost their family? What about the mother who lost their son? What about the brother who lost his other brother? See, that's the thing that I don't understand. They be so worried. We protect the people who go out and actively participating and unaliving people. And then the people who get them off the streets, which I don't, if you go out and do a crime with somebody, I don't think you should tell them that's what y'all was doing. That's what y'all was doing. But why is it that we don't never think about the actual victim? We don't never have no compassion for the actual victim and the people who actually lost their life. And that's what's crazy to me. We only worry about the person going out there and unaliving people. We got people in our community that's serial unalivers, and we love them more than people who went to college. So we got to ask ourselves, who do you love for real? Who do you love? We got serial killers in our community that we put them up on murals. We love them. I just don't understand why we say Black Lives Matter on one end, and then we memorialize the person who's known for getting bodies. I don't know about y'all, but anybody that in our neighborhoods that's known for pulling that tool and using it, they loved and respected. I don't know how it go where you from, but they love and respect the people who unalive our people the most in our community. That's just what I've seen. I don't know about y'all. I can't speak for y'all community. Let's get to this video where this light-skinned Obama-looking mother trucker tried to unalive Trump. Look at this dude. There's no way in the world they'll let my black ass walk through here freely. Look at this wannabe Rico Suave. Look at this Rick Fox looking mother trucker. Look at it. Chico the Barge. That's the only way you can get through here smoothly like this. He pointing at people. What up? How are you? Hey there. How are you doing, buddy? Hey there. He can get through no problem. They would have tackled my ass as soon as I'd have walked in the building. Salute, bro. I know you done change your name, but salute to you. Yeah, fake ass Rick Fox. If I would be watching this K9 officer that let this dude stand in. He walking all through the weight room. Nigga, you don't look like you dressed to lift no weight. They should have had a dog right there ready to chew on him. How is he just walking all in different rooms and the president in this building? Somebody can just enter a building. Trump, you got to stop going places. Because look, if it was one of them Iraq soldiers, man, they would have walked in here with a big old vest on that had stuff strapped to it, that had enough weight to it that could have took down this building, and they would have just went in there and said, la, 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 boom, and it would have been problems. Get close enough to the building and do your thing. This is a bad sign. I know people be thinking, oh, well, they didn't get close enough. They ain't get this. When you messing with people in Iran, these people they'll do suicide bombings. Like, you got to be careful. This stuff they got to button this stuff up. How in the world did this dude get a chance to walk all through here like this? Is crazy. Look at this joker. Lay that front. That's ain't stop him. Playback speed increased to 300%. All right, so he's just walking all around. Kwame never runs out of ammunition. What's up, Cash Rich? Let me fast forward this thing. I want to get to the point. They just letting him walk back and forth. Look at this shit. He ain't got nowhere to go. He ain't got no kids, man. Where's his kids? He ain't got no wife. Everything should have been on high alert. He ain't got no kids. He just walking up and down the hallway. This is crazy. Approximately 3 minutes past. Look at this joker. No, ain't no way our black ass walking around like that. Look at he get to check all of the. He walking behind the maintenance man like he run the. Look at he dapping through this bit like he run the hallway. It looked like his right leg swinging. Hold on. Do he got the gun in his leg? Let me slow this down. Hold on. Did I go too fast? Yeah, I want to watch his gait, the way he walking. Hold on. Slow this thing down. Do it look like he walking different with his right leg? His right leg look like he's swinging that bitch a little bit, hinging it. Where's the is the firearm in his leg, down his leg or something? Where did he get this gun from? That's crazy. So they let him come. Where's the security at? There's no security at the desk no more. I'm watching this guy right here. How does he get this jacket? I believe this guy is the one who brought him the gun. It looked like there's a firearm up under that jacket right there. He probably brought him the firearm. Look at it. He walking, only one arm moving. See, when you trying to conceal something, right? You hold that other arm still. He walking, and this right arm does not move at all. Look at he walking with that right arm dead. Now I don't know if the feds know anything about this, but it looked like this boy brought this gun in here. Whoever this dude is, he got his face away from the camera. Feds, y'all need to watch him. His right arm does not swing. His left arm swings. It's not a natural walk. Look at that. That arm is stiff as a board, but his other arm is swinging back and forth. You got to watch him. It looked like he brought him the firearm. Everybody walking all the way down the highway. So if, in my opinion, this guy right here planted this firearm somewhere, he's holding his arm still, probably got that firearm down his jacket, and he's holding that thing right there going down this hallway. Now, this is what I don't understand. How in the world, unless that's the same person. And then he goes to the right up there off the camera. I wish I could zoom in. That's why I need OBS. Because if y'all can look up there by that door, if y'all can look up by the door past the security guard that's taking down this metal detector to the right, if you could look up here in this area, if y'all can see my mouse, let me see. Y'all can see my mouse up in this area. I can't make it no bigger. But man, let's see. No, but there's a dog at the door of this where the guy just went out at. The dog alerted to him. The dog alerted to the dude up there at the top. There's a canine and an officer right there by the door. He alerted at the guy, and the cop is going to pull the dog away. Look, the dog like, wait a minute now. This motherfucker just went out this door. I smell something. The dog go back to the door a second time, and the cop don't do nothing. After the dog go to the door the second time, you say you see the canine legs? Yeah, you just have to watch the video or zoom it in. I wish I can zoom it in, but let's see. Let me maximize. But if you could see it up there like that, I'll try to make it a little bit bigger. But over here, just look past the metal detector. The dog alert again. And the cop didn't let the dog go through the door or do anything to make sure that this dude is not a threat. When a dog alert, you're supposed to investigate that. Hey, come here. Now he's gonna pull the dog away from the door. He's gonna go off to the left. This guy is gonna come back in immediately after that. Look at the guy running. Now, where is this cop's awareness? This cop could have turned around, put 2 bullets in his back. He could have let the dog go on the guy or something. The guy is dead sprinting to the door. I mean, to the thing. The cop ain't even turn around. Now, I don't understand why the dog didn't get let go. He's still holding the dog. This guy is running through with an AR-15. This guy right here in the suit jacket, he chilling. He trying to pick up some girl. You got 2 police officers with their back turned. He could have unalived both of them. He could have took out damn near everybody right here in front of him before the cop behind him let the dog go. This cop in front of him is the first cop that's going to see him. The dog had already showed them that there was a guy that's a bad guy. The cop never released the K9. This cop sees him. He gets his gun out. This is a dangerous position to be in. I don't know how he missed this shot, but whoever this cop is, he need to be fired. He's not a good shot. He could have hit these people on the ground, these people standing there. Look at these 3 against the wall. Look at this guy that's sitting there taking. First of all, look at this lady in the blue. This lady in the blue, ma'am, a guy just ran past you with a gun. You're not a security officer. The guy with the dog should be fired. The lady in the blue up here to the left is watching a man with a gun. She didn't get to a gun or nothing. These 3 that's standing there against the wall, all 3 of those women should be fired. This guy that's standing here turned should be fired. None of these people should have a job after that. She ain't ready to go. The lady in the blue see this man with a gun. He done took 3 steps towards them. This officer is standing next to the officer that actually pull out the weapon. She must have froze. She ain't even moved. This guy, he fires a shot at him, miss, fire another shot and miss. He could have hit those people over there. He could have hit this guy right here. He's just firing shots, missing. The people on the ground ain't moved yet. People shooting, they ain't moved yet. This lady, she just started to run. This guy with the dog still ain't let the dog go, still ain't pull his weapon out. These 3 stooges over here just laying down. And this guy still on the damn ground breaking down a metal detector. It's YNs in Chicago that's more prepared than these people right here. It's YNs in Chicago that's more prepared for a situation than these people. All of these cops should be fired. Well, this cop that's breaking down the thing, it's kind of hard to fire these 2, but they wasn't ready. You don't break down those stations until everything is secure. We don't got time for no mistakes. You ain't got time to be breaking. You ain't there as no janitor. You there to secure the president. President in the building, you working. You ain't breaking down no metal detectors with the president still on stage. What the hell is you doing? Now, this guy is going to come through blazing. He going out blazing, and they missed him right here. I can make that shot. This guy is standing straight up. Now, mind you, there's no guy running at me with an AR-15 either. So, but I would fire all these people. This is what they're trained to do. He get a shot down. This lady, oh my goodness. This lady did not react. None of these people reacted. that's looking. It's 3 people on the wall. This guy got his gun out. Why is your hand still in your shirt, ma'am? Lady over here in the blue, why are you watching this guy run through with a gun? Ma'am, right here next to the guy that's pulling the gun out. Ma'am, why is your gun not out? These people, the guy in the Secret Service, he don't see nothing yet. But this guy that got his weapon out, he saw it. The lady that's next to him, she got to see him. The lady in the blue up here, she has to see him. And at this point, all 3 of these people, especially this lady here, see this guy with his gun out. They don't react. Let's see what they do when he get his first shot off. Bam! Shot off. The lady next to him, run. The lady next to him, run. These 3 are supposed to be trained to hear fire. They don't do nothing. This is crazy. Now let's see. Secret Service took a long time to get his gun out. But I understand he was almost shot. Secret Service, watch this. He might have been shot as long as it took him to get his gun out. Did the rest of the ladies run? Holy shit. The dude, the K9 officer ran. The K9 officer ran. The 3 ladies that was on the wall, they all are running. They're running with guns. What is the point? She's helping her friend run. Holy shit. And the K9 officer come creeping back when you got a dog that can help handle this threat. Oh, that K9 officer right here, you fired, buddy. I'm thinking he all in it. He fired. He would be fired in my opinion. But they think the Secret Service handled that well. I don't. Now I think they shouldn't have been breaking down nothing while the president is on the stage. They should, while he was still in that building, you still working. You got a job to do. You don't got time to be breaking down anything. But that's what it is. We got one more story where, and this is on Naked. We got a sheriff that is being arrested. They're calling her a DEI disaster, but she's a sheriff that was arrested and got charged with 30 different charges. Let's hear it.
Susan Hudson is not only the first female sheriff of Orleans Parish, she's also the state's first Black woman to occupy the sheriff's office in the state, period.
We're going to talk about history. When you do break a glass ceiling, you got to celebrate it.
A new sheriff in town, Susan Hudson, breaking barriers indeed, as the first African-American female sheriff in the state's history.
A few moments later.
Breaking news. Orleans Sheriff Susan Hudson is indicted on 30 felony counts.
So the first Black female sheriff in the state of Louisiana has been indicted on 30 felony counts. You can't make this stuff up. Here's a quick message inside of your money is tipping into the Gala Connect. This while you also all Black female
when you do break
in Louisiana's history.
We're going to talk about history.
Now, you know I hate this, right? Because this is just fan the flames of the man versus woman rivalry. It gives people this, see, look at what happened when Black folks run it. Look at what happened when Black women run stuff. And there's so many good Black women out there. It's a shame that some of these women will get in place. And she's not convicted yet, so I'm going to say she's innocent to proven guilty. But when these indictments come down and you have the first anything and they're up under that much scrutiny, I know I've been the first before, but you up under a lot of scrutiny when you're the first. And when you do illegal things like this, it puts a stain, or allegedly do illegal things like that, it puts a stain on everyone else. So I hope that this young lady is not guilty of what they are accusing her of. But we'll just have to wait and see.
When you do break a glass ceiling, you got to celebrate it.
A new sheriff in town, Susan Hudson, breaking barriers indeed, as the first African-American female sheriff in the state's history.
I was looking at how long Louisiana's been a state, right? 200 plus years. And And all that time, not one African-American woman has been able to get to this position. 2022, right? And so you're like, it's time for all those barriers to be broken down.
First a parade, then the inauguration ceremony.
Now, Susan Hudson is a...
And I don't want to sound like a colorist, but I want to see some dark-skinned, big ankle, big hand black women in some places. We always got to have these Rosa Parks looking women. Ain't nothing wrong with Rosa Parks. Ain't nothing wrong with light skin. But I want to see some. It just seemed like these. I'm just gonna come out and say it. It seemed like these half breeds, not half breed, but mixed people. They have this blackety black ideal, but they don't really understand the struggle. I don't know. I would just want to see a full-blooded black woman in a situation and just see. And maybe it'll be different. Maybe it don't. I just want to see. It just seems like it's always these Rosa Parks, well-to-do, put in place people. And that don't seem to be working.
Political activist. She's extremely progressive and left-wing. And before becoming sheriff, she actually served as the independent police monitor for New Orleans.
Let me give you a little bit of a background of Susan Hudson. She's running on a progressive platform, and she scored a major endorsement from Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams, who also ran on that similar progressive platform during his race last year. Now, Hudson has no political experience, but says it's time for a change, and she's focusing on what she calls the 3C ideology: care, custody, and control. Before voters.
Wait a minute. She has no political experience? It's not going to happen. Hey, Cash Rich, wishful thinking. So wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. So you darkies here have to get over it. He talking about you darkies got to get over it. That's crazy. But no, she had no experience. So my question is, how did she get in? What did she get in for? They didn't make her start at a grassroots level and just show some type of activism. Why did she get in? So maybe she was handpicked. Maybe I told y'all, we keep playing identity politics, and this is not going to work in our favor. You can't pick inexperienced people to come run things and then wonder why. I got no experience at running a grocery store, but you go put me in charge of the whole store. I got no experience in running a car dealership, but you just going to give me the keys and say sell car. I got no experience. Like, what happened down there to where they just put her in place? I think I know.
Named her sheriff. She spent 11 years as New Orleans independent police monitor.
So you have this extremely progressive sheriff whose plan essentially is, we don't really want to punish people. We don't want to put people in jail for their crimes. We want to pretend like crime doesn't exist. And this is horrible for the people of New Orleans, because New Orleans has a huge crime problem. Remember when the district attorney of New Orleans was actually carjacked with his mom?
My mother's really shook up. She keeps reliving it. But we're just thankful that we're alive. Nobody's hurt.
This is surveillance video from moments after the teens allegedly.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't, man. Holy shit. You telling me you hired, the only responsibility this woman had ever was monitoring the sheriffs, was monitoring people. And then you going to put her in charge, and the district attorney and his mother is running up the street. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on. Who robs the district attorney? Whatever happened to the gangsters being gangster? We got a lot of young little street punks. You do not rob a man with his mother. You supposed to give a dude a pat. See, this is why so many dudes getting unalive, I believe. They putting bad karma on themselves. They putting bad. You don't do stuff like that. Even when people was in the streets, they had respect for women. If they caught you with your woman or with your with your mother or with a child, they gave you a pass. This man ain't even in the streets, and you're gonna rob a district attorney that's with his mother? You're telling me that we gangster, right? You telling me that these young boys are rob a white district attorney with his mama? Hell no. We look at each other as a means to an end. We look at each other as a means to make money, a means to get over. And then these little clowns think they're supposed to have the right to do anything to you because you ain't supposed to snitch. You supposed to stand there and take it. That's why they don't do nothing to the white boy. The white boy gonna call the police. You gonna sit there and try to be real. This is sad. Can you imagine how this man feel with his 78-year-old mother running from some young punks? Cause you know, look at this man's face. Look how defeated he looked. He went to school. He did the right thing. This'll make a dude into a unaliver. This would have turned me into an unaliver. You have me and my mama running up the goddamn street. Excuse me, YouTube. You have me and my mother running up the street. Boy, the moment I get a chance to get at you, it's over with. I ain't, rules be damn. I'm going to lose my mind. This is crazy. We don't have street dudes no more. We got a bunch of punks and drug addicts in the streets calling themselves street dudes. You have to be on drugs to think that this is okay. There's no way you was raised by a black woman making a 78-year-old woman run up the street. You ain't telling me you was raised by a black woman. And if you were raised by a black woman and you got a black woman running up the street, then you ain't shit. This is a damn shame. You supposed to say, you know what? Hey, bro, go on. Don't be in this neighborhood no more. This man, he black. He done made it to a certain level. And instead of y'all appreciating this man, he might can be an ally. He might can help make the city better. Instead of appreciating him, you rob him. Make his mama run up the street. There go the help for your community right there. Why would he help you after that? This man don't give a fuck about nobody no more, probably. I wouldn't. You got my mama running up the street. Why would I help you? You've just turned me into a person that's going to be against you. And I'm in power. This man is in a position of power. What do you think he's going to do now? Y'all, that's some clown shit that these people are doing now. Calling it gangster.
That we're alive. Nobody's hurt.
This is surveillance video from moments after the teens allegedly.
Yeah, everybody like all this real street stuff until it's they mama running like this. Until it's them scared like a mother trucker, knowing your mama can get unalive. Everybody love that street stuff until it gets street. This shit's sad. And then they only want to protect, they don't even want to protect women and children, but they can care less if they would have shot the black man and let the woman leave. That's how sick these people is in the mind. 1 minute they scream Black Lives Matter. Next minute they scream this is real nigga shit. And this is sad.
Stole Williams' car. Amaja Curtis, Dejon Curtis, Santan Gilmore, and Ahmad Seals have all been charged as adults in this case.
So the people of New Orleans said, hey, let's hire the most progressive, anti-police person we could as sheriff, and that's what they did. So what do you think happened? Well, obviously things went off the rails immediately. See, since she is sheriff, she handles the jails. And immediately, inmates went crazy and conditions at the jail worsened under her tenure.
Yeah, but weeks into Hudson's tenure, inmates in a high-security pod at the Orleans Justice Center barricaded themselves in that pod, blocking out staff. That standoff lasted 3 days, with inmates demanding better conditions. A report by federal jail monitors claimed that conditions in the jail had worsened in some cases under Hudson's oversight.
So under the progressive sheriff, things actually got worse for the inmates, not better. And then the controversies just started racking up. For instance, her incompetence caused the court to hold her in contempt because she wasn't securing transportation from inmates from the jail to the court.
A New Orleans judge is accusing the sheriff of contempt of court, and she's now being ordered to appear before that judge tomorrow afternoon. Criminal District Chief Judge Tracy Flemings-Davalier says that Sheriff Susan Hudson is ignoring a court order to transport recent arrestees from jail to magistrate court on weekends and holidays. Now, during the pandemic, that process was paused, going to Zoom and then doing transports during the week. However, on June 18th, the judge issued an order for Hudson to resume those weekend and holiday transports beginning this past Saturday.
Now, this became so bad, they were going to sentence her to like 6 months in prison with with a $500 fine. But the appeals court last second stepped in and said, let's slow it down because she is the sheriff.
Last Friday, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals temporarily suspended Sheriff Susan Hudson's contempt of court ruling at the last minute, and WWL exclusively received the documents supporting that stay by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. Sheriff Susan Hudson was set to face up to 6 months imprisonment or a fine of up to $500. That's because the Chief Judge of Orleans Parish Criminal Court held the sheriff contempt of court for failing to provide a staff of deputies for magistrate court for weekend sessions.
Now, if being found in contempt of court is not enough, the money started becoming a little funny. Now, context is key. During Mardi Gras, the city is packed. Local law enforcement needs backup. The sheriff backfills her staff by bringing officers from other parishes. Since these officers are coming from out of town, the protocol is to reserve hotel rooms for them so they can have a place to stay while they work those grueling shifts. Now, as per protocol, the sheriff reserved a total of 90 rooms across multiple hotels. And obviously, these rooms couldn't be used by the sheriff's own staff because they lived in the city and they could just go home. So why would the sheriff's department need to pay for hotel rooms for the local staff? They live there.
Information from the New Orleans Office of Inspector General about Sheriff Hudson's hotel reservations during Mardi Gras. The rooms were supposed to be used by law enforcement who had to drive into town to help the NOPD during parades. But in a new report, the Inspector General finds that the sheriff reserved 13 rooms at the Omni Royal Orleans for her command staff, not for any out-of-towners.
Damn. Boy, the sheriff got a lot of power. Boy, I told y'all the sheriff got a lot of power. The sheriff spent, total room charges, $18,174. Charge for unused rooms, $11,046. Whoa. Damn. The sheriff ain't playing. She living in luxury, boy. And she ain't let nobody from out of town stay there. Everybody from in town stayed there. They was like, look here, I'm not finna drive through all this traffic to get down and back for all this. We gonna stay right here. We gonna party and stay right here. Oh, man, we keep voting these people in. This is crazy. She's an elected official. And you already know what we did. We gonna make her the first black woman in office. See, these milestones that we trying to hit, ain't that better? Did it help? These identity politics, these milestones that you think that goes down in the record books that help you as a whole, as a group. Do you think it's helping you now? It's all virtue signaling. These milestones and these mile markers are no good. You have to stop playing identity politics. We don't need the first black this. We don't need the first black that. We need change. And if that come through a black man, if that, because nobody want a black man in office. They want a black woman everywhere. If that comes through a black man, a white man, an Asian man, whatever, or a white woman, black woman, a Mexican woman, it doesn't matter. We need to get the right person for the job. Look at what they're doing with the hotel stays. Everyone that keeps talking about Trump, everyone keeps talking about all this other stuff. That's smoke and mirrors. Trump is going to be out of office soon. Look at how the people are running things on a grassroots level. The Democrats in California got people living in the sewers. People are fleeing California, New York, Baltimore, all these major states. If the Democrats were so great, why is everyone fleeing their state to go to a red state? It doesn't make any sense. We just found out that Tim Walz was involved or was complicit in the Somali scandal so that he can get votes. It's a shame what these people are doing. Sending jobs overseas, sending our money overseas so it can come back to them in little payments. Allegedly, I think I snapped.
Her staff members stayed there for a total of 37 nights, but the sheriff had reserved and paid for 90 nights. The total cost of about $18,000. And according to the OIG, most of that came from the 53 nights when the rooms remained empty.
So the sheriff had a lot to answer for. Why is your staff staying in high-end hotels when they live in the same city? Here's what the sheriff had to say.
I don't see a controversy here. No, I see this as being money well spent to make sure that $1 million was also well spent.
That was Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson defending her decision to house 13 top deputies at local hotels, some for 11 days and nights while they helped with Carnival Parade security. But within hours of that interview, here was Hudson again.
An honorary deputy of the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. Love my sheriff.
That was Hudson thanking the owners of LA Canine, a police dog training company in Vermilion Parish. The company agreed to donate more than $19,000 to pay for those hotel rooms at the Omni Royal Orleans, Sheraton, and Marriott. However, in this Facebook post by one of the owners, Lance Broussard, he characterized the donation as helping the sheriff with, quote, a little problem.
So crisis averted. The city got all its money back and the sheriff was off the hook. Now, we got a problem. We got this woman who's been elected sheriff. She's supposed to be in charge of running a jail, but has no experience running jails. So things kind of got out of control.
Legislative audit just released today scrutinized 3 years of operations at the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Department. It found over 1,000 instances of potential payroll fraud, leading to chronic staff shortages and missing cell block security patrols. The auditor found deputies performed less than 30% of required sale checks, and some cell blocks just performing 4% of those timed security patrols. Staffing is a source of the problem, according to the report, with some deputies allowed to double book shifts, staffing off-duty details at the same time they're scheduled to secure the jail. The auditor counting over 1,300 instances of what the report describes as this potential payroll fraud involving 179 deputies over 3 years.
So as you see, the sheriff wasn't really doing a great job. And then you had the fact that there was a massive jailbreak.
Massive manhunt after a stunning jailbreak in New Orleans. 10 inmates escaping, some charged with murder, all considered armed and dangerous. And authorities tonight investigating whether this was an inside job. Here's ABC's Maria Villarreal.
Tonight, these stunning images from inside a New Orleans jail cell where 10 inmates, some charged with murder, escaped, sparking an urgent citywide manhunt. The toilet dislodged from a cell wall, exposing an opening, scrawled on the wall above, "We innocent and too easy," with an arrow toward the hole where they escaped, out of view of the officer on duty.
Yeah, the inmate was right. This was too easy. So here's what authorities said happened.
Authorities say it happened just after midnight when the inmates broke a lock on a cell door.
They were still able to exit the jail about 1:01 a.m. after breaching a wall behind a toilet in the jail. And based on video surveillance, they were seen exiting a door on the docks where we normally bring in supplies, scaling a wall and running across the interstate.
Officials believe the escapees had help.
These detainees received assistance in their escape from individuals inside of our department.
They say the toilet could not be removed with bare hands, suggesting someone inside the jail system may have helped the inmates unscrew it with a power tool.
And yes, there was an inside man. Police arrested him.
The hunt continues for the inmates still at large after breaking out of the local jail in New Orleans. But cops say they found the inside man they believe helped them. A maintenance worker at the jail has been arrested, accused of cutting off the water.
The jail worker has been identified as 33-year-old Sterling Williams. He reportedly claims he was coerced into turning off the water by an inmate who threatened to shank him if he didn't play ball.
Now, just to put everyone's mind at ease, all 10 of those convicts were returned back to prison.
In another development months in the making, the last of 10 inmates who escaped from a Louisiana jail in May was captured today in Atlanta.
Officials say a Crime Stoppers tip this summer led them there, and they found the fugitive hiding in a crawl space.
10 men who escaped from a Louisiana jail in May by crawling through a hole cut in the wall behind a toilet. Above the hole, someone had written messages to the jailers, including this misspelled one, "Too easy, LOL." Groves was the last of the 10 escapees to be found and also the most violent. He was convicted of murdering 2 men on Mardi Gras in 2018.
Damn, they got a message called "Too Easy." That's crazy. She better not have a boyfriend in that group. Well, it seems like a lot of these people get in there and they do this soft on crime thing because they I don't know. I guess it's because we black and we don't want I don't know. Some of these I just don't get it. Crime is crime. I don't give a fuck what color you is. I'm sorry. You unalive 2 people at Mardi Gras. I don't do the, oh, she black. No, this nigga fucking up everything. That's how I look at it. You know, this is crazy. Yeah, this the dude that was in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta chilling at a girl house. And I'm pretty sure he unalived 2 black folks. So we'll cheer for people like this. He unalives 2 black folks. We'll put somebody black in office to make it about race. Oh, we don't want to lock up black people. Hell, I do. I want to lock up anybody who trying to unalive people and making the streets unsafe. People used to know better than to go shoot up restaurants and everything else. Now, hell, you'd be stupid not to have a firearm on you to protect your family and your kids because everybody is walking around with one. All the criminals got one. So this shit is crazy. 10 black folks getting out of a jail cell at one time. All these guys escaping, running around, laughing, making mockery of the law enforcement is only going to make the prison system worse. It's only going to make it worse when these other people get power back, which they will. They're going to be done with this experiment of, oh, we're playing identity politics. They're going to come back with rule of law, and this is only going to justify what they do next. And this is what people don't understand. They keep claiming we don't have no power and all this other stuff. When they come back with this law and order stuff, and when they come back with this law and order stuff, I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy because they got too many examples. It seems like our leaders are complicit with this shit.
New Orleans prosecutor says he is facing multiple life sentences.
So obviously, it seems like we had a bigger problem at play here. So state investigators looked at the whole department to see how things were being run. And after the investigation, they decided it was time to indict the sheriff.
We start with some major breaking news. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson indicted in connection with an investigation into last year's jailbreak in New Orleans.
So this indictment comes in connection with a state investigation by Attorney General Liz Murrell's office into last year's mass escape by 10 inmates. The bombshell news came down within just the last hour.
Arrest warrants released Thursday outlined some of the state's evidence, alleging Hudson ignored years of federal monitors' repeated warnings that, quote, enabled 10 dangerous inmates to escape and remain undetected for hours. The warrant describes the jail as understaffed and inmates unsupervised, often relying on one staff member to monitor multiple pods from a control room rather than inside the pod. The warrant also alleges security logs were falsified and the prison's high security unit dissolved. During hours of unsupervised time, a federal monitor found inmates were, quote, assaulting other inmates, assaulting staff, destroying property, starting fires, smoking, possessing dangerous contraband, and/or threatening self-harm. In addition to 14 malfeasance charges and 3 charges of filing or maintaining false public records, Hudson is also accused of obstructing justice and conspiring with CFO Bianca Brown to defy a court order. Brown was indicted on 20 similar counts. The arrest warrants are just a peek at the evidence to come.
So now the sheriff's been arrested, got bond, and made a statement saying, hey, this is not what it seems.
Susan Hudson says she expects complete vindication as she faces 30 felony counts. In a statement released late Thursday, Sheriff Susan Hudson said she will, quote, aggressively fight to clear my name. And she is, quote, confident the facts will vindicate both me personally and the work I have done. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti expects unsurprising strategies from defense attorneys and state prosecutors.
The defense is going to say that, hey, we tried as hard as we could. We just weren't good enough. And you can't convict somebody for being not good at what their job is.
Now, this left me to thinking, who the hell is running the city of New Orleans? The mayor's indicted.
It has been a historic day in New Orleans. For the first time, a sitting mayor of New Orleans is facing federal charges. Today, a federal grand jury handed up an indictment.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is the same city that had the black city mayor get indicted, and now the sheriff is indicted. Oh, man, this is a bad look.
Against Mayor LaToya Cantrell and her former bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy. She faces 11 counts, including wire fraud, obstruction, and lying to a grand jury. This all centers around their alleged romantic relationship and how much it cost the city of New Orleans.
Okay, so it seems like the sheriff is going to say, hey, just because I'm bad at my job doesn't mean it's criminal. Yes, I had no experience ever in law enforcement, and I got the top law enforcement job because I am extremely progressive. That doesn't mean this is criminal. I'm just bad at being a sheriff. And it's going to be the prosecutors that are going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that it was more than that she falsified documents, as you heard, that she intentionally let the jail deteriorate to a point where these things could happen. And then documents, as you heard, that she
boy, they gonna have them Negroes running out of the jail cell as their next campaign strategy. Whatever white dude campaign next, he gonna have all these black dudes running out of the jail. All of them saying this is too easy. It's gonna be crazy. This shit is Gotham. What? Gotham? Something asylum. Arkham Asylum. Man, listen here, man. I'm going to sleep. Appreciate your Kobe Bryant film. I'm going to sleep because I already know they're going to be mad at me. Kwame, you with the white folks on this one. You with the white folks. It don't matter if all these people are unaliving black people. It don't matter if they unaliving people at Mardi Gras, Kwame. You can't let white people just lock them up, Kwame. You can't just keep them in jail, Kwame. You gotta let them out, Kwame. This is sad. This is absolutely sad, man. They're going to play this the next campaign trail. The next white guy that run for New Orleans sheriff and mayor, they're going to play this right here. Just know that. And they justified in doing so. But you got to start watching behavior and not color. Watch behavior and not color. And just know on the other side of all this, I love black, you fighting for people who unalive people. You're fighting for people who are unaliving people that look just like you. So y'all have a blessed day. Those of you who are saying free Lil Durk, you got to keep in mind it's somebody on the other side of that that's been unalived by somebody. It don't mean it's Lil Durk, but they was unalived by somebody. So have a little compassion in your heart. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.